I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Saint James School here in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm joined by a member of the volleyball team and their head coach, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell you their name. I'm going to let her tell you what position she plays and what grade she's in.
I'm Lucy Edwards. I'm a setter, and I'm a senior this year.
I'm Karen Lee. I'm the head varsity coach here at St. James.
So for y'all, tell me about this year. Obviously we're getting closer to postseason play. It's really the time of year that everybody's, dreaming of and getting ready for. And so, tell me a little bit about how y'all feel about your team and really how y'all done so far this year.
Well, coming from last year, we lost so many seniors that we knew we'd have a really young and new team. And so starting at the beginning, it was a little rough. We kind of had to get used to it and everything, but now we've kind of gotten in our groove and we know how each other function on the court, and so we've really improved since the beginning.
Yeah, what Lucy says is true. We are a young team this year. We lost 9 seniors, so we lost a good bit of who stayed on the court all the time. So it's a new process for the whole team, and that's what I told them at the beginning. This will be a process, from the beginning to the end, and I can see from the beginning how much each player has improved and has added to the team and has made the team grow. Our record is not quite what we would want, but I can see wins every day from players improving in certain areas and the team improving in certain areas that we're very, very hopeful that it's all going to come together right here at the playoff time.
Losing 9 seniors. You don't see 9 seniors on many volleyball teams in general, but especially at a school this size. And so, how difficult really was that for you as a coach to deal with losing 9 different players?
Well, it's always sad when you see, that caliber of players leave. They were all very, very good volleyball players. But this group is so hungry to learn and to grow as volleyball players. I love coming to practice every day with them because they are so just willing to listen and learn that it's really not been difficult to take on a bunch of young players because they do want to do the best and perform it's kind of cliche, I guess, but perform for me. They want to do their best for me, which I absolutely love about this team.
And, for you, obviously losing 9 seniors, y'all kind of had to step up as seniors this year. And so what were some of the challenges that y'all faced as a senior group and having to step up and be the leaders after losing, 9 leaders from the year before?
Well, it was hard. We had to make sure that we were kind of on the same page going forward with, how we were going to be the leaders of the court. And, we had to keep up our attitudes and everything that we did and, show them how they need to be leaders next year because there's a lot of new girls this year.
How have you been, impressed with what this senior group has done this year?
They're just great. I love them. We had senior night last Thursday, and it was a difficult time for me because they have stepped up and just brought the team together. A lot of these girls play multiple sports, and they a lot of them play together and other things. But here in volleyball, it's just a little bit different. But they have all brought, these girls have brought their leadership, their love for each other from their other sports, just to be one as a volleyball team. Lucy's been hurt some, and we've definitely missed her leadership on the court, but our other 2 seniors have done their best to bring everybody together. Lucy's always there on the sideline cheering them on, and that shows leadership in itself, for her to keep everybody up even when she's not on the court. I think they've done an awesome job in leading this team this year.
Missing time with an injury, it isn't fun, but especially when you're a senior. How difficult was that for you to have to miss some games?
It was really hard. The night I heard it again was our rivalry game, and it was the only time we played them in the year, and I was so upset to miss that game, but I'm glad I was at least there to cheer them on and do my best to push them even when I can't be out there with them. But I'm getting back.
She is, and she's a vital part. Now Lucy, this year, even though our record's not where we want it, we celebrate little things or big things. Lucy this year was able to get 27 aces in one match, which is now a state record, and 6th in the nation. So that's something that we're very, very proud of. So Yeah.
That's
So
something to be proud of, though. And I mean, aces, that doesn't come around often. So to have 27, what was going through your head that night? Were you just kind of like, God, does have something magic?
She was in a
stick it on my
groove.
hand?
It was weird. I didn't know it at the time, but then after she told me how many I got, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was crazy.
You're probably just kind of out there just going, dang, I really feel like this is kind of easy.
My arm was starting to hurt a little
she
bit.
served in one set 20 straight points and another set 19 straight points. And no matter who your opponent is, to get that many in a row, serves in a row, without an error is pretty hard.
Yeah. So, serving to me is always is something that it doesn't look hard, but it is hard.
Yeah.
And
it's very key.
Yeah. How much do y'all work on serving and
every day?
Serve receive as well? Because that's what I hear from all volleyball programs. That's what teams work on really the most.
That is. It's very crucial. Serving, and at 5A, it's important to serve tough against your opponent, to give them hopefully something hard to handle and to get their serve receive out of system. That is something that's very important to practice every day, get reps every day.
This area right here, Trinity, Saint James, Montgomery Catholic, Montgomery Academy, I think not only in just sports, but women's sports specifically has been very successful, really the last 10 years. What do y'all think it is around this area that's helped women's sports be as successful as they have been, right here in Montgomery?
I think that playing tougher competitors makes your team better. And so since we all around the area are pushing each other in games, it makes it so we have to work harder to be up to their level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't get better unless you play tougher competition. So I think all the schools around here really want to make women's sports tougher, better, and so that, like Lucy said, it challenges us every time we go play a rivalry here in town, which I think helps women's sports.
Yeah. You hear coaches talk all the time about how you don't want to be playing your best ball early in the year. You want to be playing later. Do you feel like y'all are one of those teams that you are starting to play your best volleyball?
Yeah, I really do. We had a game recently where we had our best hitting percentage. Our serve receive was very strong, not the best, but was very strong. So it's like I said at the beginning, it's a process, and I knew it would be a process with this young group of girls. To see it start coming together here at playoffs, it's good. So
for y'all, when it's your senior year, you want everything to go right. You want everything to be perfect, and it hasn't been. So how have y'all kind of had to deal with that and kind of adjust, yourselves to how the season has gone, and then now, you kind of feel like you are at a point where y'all have a chance to really do something special now?
Well, last year when we won almost every game we played, and making it so far in state, it really you got used to it, and so this year coming, we really had to adjust, and together we had to be like, okay, we got to work on this and go from there.
And every game, when we didn't succeed in a certain area, we would work on that in practice so that would get better each time. Which they have made some great adjustments in certain areas so that we're cleaning up the errors, or and they were accepting of that. Oh yeah, that's that area. That's where we need to work on. And I gave them all. We all had individual conferences. I had individual conferences with every girl, and I asked them, what is something you want to improve that will help our team? And so they've all been working individually to help the team. Get better in areas that weren't so strong at the beginning of the year. So again, it's been a process that they've taken on head on to try to be better.
For y'all, you want to win a state championship. That's the goal. But knowing that you were young going into the year, did y'all kind of have to come together and just kind of say, look, even if we don't win it, we want to help this program get better, and we want to really help this program continue to improve so that in the future maybe they can go in.
Mm-hmm. Well, going to state so many years before us, we want to be that team to be like, all right, we have to make it. We don't want to break the streak and everything. So we're really trying our hardest to get as far as we can. So next year it'll be the same going forward with that.
When you have a young group like this, how do you kind of have to adjust the way that you coach and the way that you do things compared to maybe a year ago where you did have older girls
Sure.
that kind of knew your system and
Sure.
knew how you did things?
Well, we've hit the fundamentals a lot, and we go back, and even with a team like that, last year you do hit fundamentals, but you're able to push a little bit in a different direction. And so sometimes where you might have a little bit longer range goal, we have to go with shorter range goals. Instead of, hey, let's make it the next 5 points, we might say, hey, let's focus on this point. Because sometimes I think with the younger girls that volleyball knowledge of, hey, we're pushing for this and this and this longer range goals helps them to see shorter goals, which then you can accomplish the longer range goals.
Well, I really appreciate y'all taking the time to join me and letting me come in here and visit with y'all. Good luck to y'all.
Thank you.
It's a fun time of year. It's what you work for, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes for y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.